So I should probably start by saying welcome to White Sands National Monument. The place was founded back in the 1930s by an act of President Herbert Hoover. Came along and said that this chunk of land should be preserved for the American people. It's an amazing chunk of land. It's a beautiful chunk of land, and from my perspective, it's a piece of land that every time I walk on it, it just takes my breath away. I first started coming here in the 1980s when I first got to New Mexico, and it has continued to call me time and time again. It's a glorious day out here. We've got some nice clouds in the sky, some really beautiful light coming early here in the morning. I'm really looking forward to showing it to you. Oh my God, look at this. Thank you so much. This has been just an incredible gift. Yesterday when we were here, it was so overcast, and you really begin to understand after having to spend a day, wandering around in the gray of this place, how important light is to photography. I mean, I know everybody sits around and talks about that, and yeah, it's a neat, it's sort of a great intellectual thing to sort of understand with the word photography meaning, writing with light. But you really begin to understand when you photograph here how important light is to the image. That if you don't have the light here, that you don't have very much. And so this image here is all about not only the subject, it's also about the light. So I think that one of the components of really great art, is that it gives the viewer an opportunity to become a part of the expression. There's enough room between the photographer, the artist, the painter, whatever, and the subject for the viewer to have a little place to kind of stand to. And I think that when you create that in a piece of art, you create it in a photograph, what you end up doing is you end up creating a place where the viewer will come back again and again and again and look at the piece. And that, for me, is an important component of the pictures that I make, is that I want the viewer to be able to come along and stand next to me and experience these wonderful miracles, these wonderful little epiphanies that happen when I'm out making pictures. Because my images are just that. They're not just records of things. They're not just record of this yucca, for example, that we're photographing that has changed over the last hour that we've been here photographing it. It has changed and morphed, and the clouds have happened, and the light has changed to the point where I've got probably 3 or 4 really nice expressions of this yucca. It just takes my breath away. Thank you so much for joining us on our latest adventure. We're Eloquent Light Photography Workshops based in Santa Fe, New Mexico. For over 30 years now, we have been offering exceptional photography workshops inspired by the history, character, and beauty of the American West. Check us out on the web at eloquentlight.com. Wishing you good light and lots of great photographs, and do check back with us soon for our next adventure.